When you're looking to create your courses and digital products, I do recommend also offering payment plans if you're able to do that. So I do use Podia. So that's a big kind of system where I create my courses. Everything is inside Podia. I can send emails to my members. I can, with the click of a button, just say, I want this course to be a payment plan divided into a certain amount of months or a one time fee. So I'm able to do that all inside Podia. Now, you don't need Podia. Feel free to do research for, like other companies that allow you to create products and then payment plans, but I can tell you it really is worth it. I offer payment plans and students truly appreciate it. But something that I like to mention is if you're going to offer a payment plan for your course, as an example, I wouldn't allow them to view the entire course at once. Because unfortunately, people these days, what has happened to me in the past is they will simply sign up for the payment plan. They will take the course, they will look at the entire course, and then they will basically lie and say the course didn't help them, and they will cancel their payment plan. Unfortunately, these things do happen. So, what I like to do is I like to divide the course. If somebody's going to pay over 2 month payment plan or 3 month payment plan, then I divide it into sections. They can only look at module one the first month and then module two the second month. For payment plans, I like to offer 2 to 3 month payment plans. I don't like doing 6 months or more because that just means they can't access the material. They can only do a little bit of the material over 6 months of time. And usually, when somebody signs up for a course, they want to review it within a couple months. I don't know too many people that sign up for a course and plan to review it over the entire year or 6 months. It can just make people angry a little bit, and people do get confused. They might be emailing you saying, okay, like I'm in month two, but I'd like to jump to month five. I simply tell them, well, you signed up for the 6 month payment plan. If you want to pay it all in full, you can access the rest right away. But I just found when I was doing 6 month payment plans, because that can separate payments into very low payments, but people would just get angry because they didn't want to wait that long. Now, again, what you could do though is you could offer the full course right away, but then they pay in payment plans. That's completely fine. And customers definitely do prefer that because they can access the full course right away, but they're paying it over time. And that works wonderfully for those nice customers who are honest and true. But those customers who just plan to take your entire course, learn from it, and not pay you for it, that's what happens when you don't divide the payment plan and release a portion at a time. For all of my courses, what I do is I do offer that payment plan option, but I have a little disclaimer that says for payment plans, you are released certain modules per month until the payment plan is paid off. And if you want to pay it off sooner to access the entire course material, no problem. You can do that. So I do say it in a nice way. What I used to do too was I would have a little button at the bottom of the page of all of my courses that would say, if you're interested in a payment plan, just send me an email and I'm happy to set one up for you. So I could kind of talk to the student first because I feel if you talk to the customer first, they're more personable with you and they're not going to be dishonest and just cancel it and then you don't get paid for your hard work. Unfortunately, it does happen. I have a number of courses, a number of tutoring courses. Thankfully, I can count on probably one hand per year where people just cancel their course and don't pay me. But I found that only happens if somebody's confused at what the course entails. And that can happen with payment plans. So if somebody thinks, okay, perfect, I'm just going to take the entire course. It's going to help me, but I only have to pay $100 for this $300 course. If I separate it into 3 month payments, perfect. I'm just going to cancel it after the first month. I'm going to go over the entire course the first month and I'm not going to pay the rest. People are like that. So that's just why I'm being honest with you and think about those payment plan details. Okay. Now, if you don't have a system like Podia where you're like uploading everything into a system and it takes care of the hard work for you, don't worry. What you could do, let's say you have something very simple on Instagram like a stand store. where you just have to upload a couple links. You don't even need a website. You just have to upload a couple links, or maybe in Canva, you have a simple page where you've just uploaded a couple links and they click and done. But you get sent an email every time somebody signs up and you have to manually add them into the course. I used to do this when I first started because I wasn't getting a number of students per day signing up. I get maybe a student a week sign up, so I didn't mind manually adding them in. If you have that, that's okay. But what I suggest doing for payment plans is adding a link payment plan, and then they can email you if they're interested in a payment plan. So you can send them that link where maybe you've divided the course into one, two, or three. Does that make sense? If you need help with payment plans or how to manage all of that, I definitely would say you want to consider taking my course, where I basically have step by step everything to do to create a course from start to finish. And that includes payment plans if you decide to do that. But what I like to offer people is how to get started for free. So I do have a very free, it's completely free mini course where I teach you how to create your own course, how to create your own product step by step, but it's a mini course. So you can create all of this in this course. But if you needed extra help, if you needed extra guidance, then there's a paid course on top of that. But most people do learn and they're fine for the free one. So it is called Digital Teaching Bootcamp for Beginners. I will leave the link for you guys down below. Absolutely free. Because when you create a course, when you create a product, there's so many things to think about. You're probably not even thinking about payment plans. You just want one person, right, to buy your product, to buy your course. But offering payment plans right away can make the difference between somebody who's looking at your website, not sure if they want to buy, but then they see that you offer a payment plan and they click sign me up right away. So I can help you with that. Let me know if you have any questions, comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.